Alright, and we're just gonna, not gonna do that. Go back to color, please. Color, hello, please. What the hell just happened? Yeah, okay. What's up? It took a little while for me to make this video, or just a video in general, because of what I find very funny, actually. The fact that my last two videos were about self-destruction. And as I was making them, I was thinking to myself, like, I've gone through my self-destruction journey somewhat recently. I think sometime last year. So I was like, I'm good. I won't have to go through one again. And I was wrong. I was very wrong. It hit me out of nowhere. I found it hilarious how I was saying that when you really sit with no distractions, whatever is beneath the surface that you've been repressing, it's gonna come to the surface. And it came to I wasn't able to sleep for like 2 days. I'm still not really able to sleep. My sleeps have been so messed up. There's been a lot on my mind that's just messed up a lot. I've been procrastinating and everything. But yeah, everything came to the surface and it just kept bothering me. Like, it's like, bro, you're living the way that you're living now, and you know you don't want to live that way. And my mind just showed me basically how I did want to live and what I had to do to get there. And it's so simple. If it's already showing me that, I already have the plan. I already know the path. I just have to be present and just show up for my future self. That's it. And I haven't been doing that. I don't know why. I've been so resilient to it. But speaking of that resilience, it reminds me of one of my favorite quotes that came from an anime movie, from Ghost in the Shell, the very first movie. I don't recall the exact quote, how it goes. I'm gonna do my best. If not, I'm gonna just, right here where these clouds are is where it's gonna be. But the quote is, all things change in a dynamic environment. Crap. Yeah, I'm gonna just improv. I'm gonna just go off the bat. All things change in a dynamic environment, but you trying to remain what you are is what limits you. Which I love. I love that, because everything changes. That's literally the only constant in life. The only constant is change. Nothing is promised. Nothing is gonna stay the same forever. Everything is constantly changing. And life is a dynamic thing. It's not static. It's not staying in one place. It's moving. So everything is constantly changing. So to refrain from that change, to resist that, it's gonna be difficult. It's gonna be extremely hard. And I love that part at the end too. That's exactly what limits you. Me knowing what I want to be, the principles that I want to stand on. Like, I've had them in mind for so long, like since middle school. And I haven't put them in place. I've broken down my foundation like plenty of times, but I just kept building crap on top of it, made of like glue and sticks and tape. So it's gonna break easily. But like, I've known for such a long time that like on top of that foundation, I should put my principles, my values, like what I want to stand by, what I want my characteristics to be that's really gonna help me. And I haven't been doing that. And it keeps popping up in my mind, and I haven't been making any change toward it. I've been refraining from it. I've been hesitating. And out of that hesitation, I've been suffering. I have been suffering. And I love that I could say that and I could laugh at myself and smile right now about it, because it's really stupid. Why am I resisting? I know, the funny thing about it too is I'm already suffering with like my current lifestyle. So what am I resisting? Why am I making myself suffer more trying to stay in a similar lifestyle, trying to stay in the same environment, when I know that, one, suffering is a thing that exists. Like, whether I have this lifestyle or the next lifestyle, whatever choice I make, I'm still gonna suffer in some sort of way. But I can choose how I want to suffer. And I already know deep down inside, which is my number 2, staying in this is the choice that's gonna make me suffer more. Instead of, if I go through with my change, go through with my self-destruction, because I'm going through another self-destruction era, I wrote a resignation paper. Oh no, I didn't write the application for my new life yet. I wrote down the not to do list, and then I also wrote a to-do list for like when I get bored, or habits to keep in mind would be like meditate, dance, write, journal, read, socialize, go to a different place. Like just earlier today, I went to some cafe, breakfast and lunch that I never went to before. I didn't even know it existed, but I was like, I want to get out of my element, get out of my comfort zone, go somewhere new and talk to the people that are there. And I did, and it was easy. So it's like, if that's that easy, why am I holding back with everything else? Why does anybody hold back with that in their life when they know what they want to go for and they have the path laid out for them? It doesn't make any sense. I'm not sure why most people, probably maybe just Americans, I'm pretty sure it's probably just Americans, we tend to allow ourselves to surrender to our environment, our beliefs, our situations, and we stay in it. It's like riding a bike and your bike gets stuck in the mud and then just deciding, all right, it's stuck, I'm just gonna walk everywhere. But okay, no, even better, it's raining and you have to like bike 20 miles to get home, and you get stuck in the mud like 2 miles in, and you still got 18 miles to go, and it's raining very heavy. You're just gonna decide to just walk the entire way to get home just because your bike's stuck? When it's like, don't get stuck. Or it's okay to get stuck, but don't allow yourself to stay stuck for a long time. Don't just stay there. We need to move. We need to change. We need to allow that. It's gonna be scary. It might be scary. It could be terrifying, but it's like, what isn't? On the other side of that is greatness, is gold, it's the end of the rainbow. But we just decide not to take that treasure, not to take that leap. And for me to say this and hear myself as I'm saying this, to be the observer and to be the one speaking, is so amazing, because in my past life, when I was in high school and everything, I took so many opportunities. I was huge on taking risk. I was big on taking risk, and for some reason now I'm afraid. I was afraid before, but like I didn't hesitate. I didn't hesitate to take any risk. I went head first into it. And I always told myself, I'll figure out anything along the way. Like, I don't have to worry about anything. I'll figure it out along the way. I give in to the opportunity. I surrender to the risk. And with life, I know life is going to help me find a way if I'm willing to allow it to find a way. If I'm open to seeing the path to take and everything, I'll let that happen. It's happened before plenty of times. So it's really interesting to see how recently I just haven't been that way. I just got distracted by a squirrel. But yeah, it's really interesting. And I am saying this as a message to you, whoever's watching, but also as a message to myself, so that I could say this and consciously be aware of what I'm saying and hear what I'm saying. This is a message to take that leap. Go through with whatever it is. If you see the path, if you have the sight, the foresight, the path, the vision, if you have the vision, you know what to go for it. If you have that feeling, go for that feeling. Follow through with it. And keep up with it. Don't give it a week to at least a month. No, give it a month. Because I feel like giving it a week, from my past experience, I'll usually give it a week, and then eventually I'll be like, nah, maybe this, I'll start slipping back into old habits, the old lifestyle, my old mindset and everything, and I'll get stuck there. And that's where there's the comfort zone, and then there's like the learning zone and the growth zone. I think something like that. So it's like hitting that area is where it's like you're just breaking out of the comfort zone and you're getting into learning. So everything's new, everything feels unfamiliar, nothing is comfortable. That's where I usually fall back. And I know that it's like I just have to get through that. And I also know that's probably where I am currently right now, because I felt like I didn't know who I was. Like, I know who I am, but I'm in that transition. I'm in the transition of leaving my old lifestyle behind, my old personality and identity. I'm not that person anymore, but I haven't fully become the new version that I'm achieving, that I'm reaching for. So it's like, where am I right now? Like, there's no anchor point, but there's so much beauty in it, because it's like, that's exactly what it is. I'm learning. Everything's unfamiliar because I'm learning. And if you're going through that, if you feel the exact same way, it just means you're learning. Keep going through. The most beautiful thing is you are the biggest project that you will ever work on in life. So, restart, reset, refocus as many times as you need to. It is the most important thing. Not only to find your purpose, but just make your purpose. Like, share, subscribe, comment, interact with the video. Let me know where you're at. Let me know if you feel like you're in the comfort zone, if you feel like you may need a push, if you feel like you're in the learning stage, you're in the growing stage. Stay tuned for next time, clan. Love you. I'm out.